Wind her up, give her some throttle.
A battle in a bog.
Like three big fat elephants. We're gonna lean into it.
Has Al in deep.
Man against machine.
A crash in the canyon
Everybody do a little bit.
puts Jamie to the test.
Try to work together. Hold it.
It's wedged under there. I can't budge it.
And Jordy and Gord tag team
Hang on.
on a tangled wreck.
Hold on.
On the highway through hell. The last line of defense is a heavy rescue team ready to tackle any disaster. Because closure is not an option.
How's the coach? Going hard.
A hard blast of snow on BC's Coquihalla Highway
Plows are working.
has maintenance crews in full force on the mountain.
Is it still snowing heavy up there?
Going pretty good, yeah.
When the storm hits, everybody works together to make sure the hill's kept open and traffic flows.
Heavy-duty snowplows are crucial to keeping the vital trucking corridor open.
BSA does a wonderful job keeping the roads so damn clean.
Leading the pack
With the full load of sand on.
is one of the highway crew's newest machines.
These are all new, and we are just ironing out the bugs.
Plow Truck 244.
Oh, they're scraping away. It's getting better.
But after an hour on the front lines,
Now we've got an issue.
plow driver Robert Copeland is in trouble.
We have a red engine light on. It says engine fault.
The highway's newest line of defense is down. 10 minutes north,
It's winter.
Quiring Towing's Gord Boyd is on standby
655 cord.
Yeah, go ahead, Richard.
when highway maintenance calls.
I need you to skip 244 off the hill there. Sounds like an overheating transmission or something.
Oh, lovely. You have to keep the plows cycling. As long as they can cycle up and down that hill, that highway stays in good shape. Like any other piece of machinery, snowplows break down too.
Gord heads down the mountain the fastest way he knows how.
Just a heads up, there's a tow rig backing down.
Takes a pretty dedicated team. You got the plow guys, the supervisors. Me, I would be considered the special forces. They need it on the road for tonight. Okay, time to get dirty.
And more heavy snow is forecast for tonight.
Tell you, to a snowplow. If it snows again, they're gonna need every piece of equipment they got, including this one. Okay, let's get this thing under here. I gotta get it back to the shop so they can find out what's wrong with it.
At the maintenance yard, the pressure's on to get Plow 244 back on the road before the next storm.
Now you can play with it.
Thanks, Gord.
You're welcome.
One more. Okay, right there.
If mechanics need to order new parts, the plow could be benched for days.
The rock got in between the fan and then hit the inside of the rad. 2 pinholes, enough to shut the truck down.
2 hours west in the Fraser Valley, another Quiring wrecker is headed into battle, but not up the mountain.
Not every day is a Coquihalla day.
Most days,
We gotta hustle and bustle.
Al Quiring is king of the tow-ups on the coast.
Now we're cooking with gas. There she be.
I'm not bad, but I'm not as good as Al. Al's the best recovery guy I've ever met.
Today, The valley has drawn Al into a once-in-a-lifetime job. 2 70,000-pound excavators swallowed up at a work site.
Somebody got stuck. They went in with another machine and buried the second.
This is going to be a big job.
The massive machines could be lost forever if Al can't pull them out of the quagmire.
It's all peat bog. It's goop. Claims everything. Down in California, they call them tar pits.
To give himself a fighting chance,
Some days it's a bulldozer recovery day.
Al's ditched his wrecker and mobilized a different type of iron.
We're using cats. Well, you would never get any of that chrome in here. This is for rough, tough, burly kind of men. These things are the biggest cats around. They're stuck, we got a problem.
650 feet down the road, the client readies the site for the monster back road recovery.
Hey, Al, today's the day, buddy. The rock and roll party's here now.
Al puts on a brave face, but no one knows if the job is even possible.
They're in quite deep, and we need to get down there, hook up to them, and get them out.
Okay, so I'll keep moving. Keep going.
But Al's dozers can't get to work until a log platform is built out over the unstable bog.
Get us enough room, we could sit on there with a couple big cats, and we'll do some pulling. I'm not going anywhere until that road is built.
Up on the coke,
Is it snowing up top yet?
tonight's forecast is still calling for another 8 inches. Near the summit,
Shove it my way just a little bit.
highway crews race to get the newest plow back on the road.
2 pinholes, enough to shut the truck down.
The radiator was punctured by rocks, but replacing it won't be easy.
Trying to twist it.
For Highway Supervisor Richard Enns, going into tonight's storm down a machine is not an option.
Hopefully we'll get her back up again.
Which way?
Yeah.
Sometimes a little persuasion helps. Everything looks good?
At 3:45 p.m.,
Okay, looks good.
Alrighty.
Plow 244 returns to duty on the mountain.
Slippery, slushy section, snowing and plowing in progress.
It's a constant battle to make sure the equipment is up and running and ready to go when the storm hits.
I'll see you at the top, buddy.
Down in the Fraser Canyon,
Is there a fresh accident there? I'm not sure what's happening. I heard something about a smash-up.
conditions are clear on Highway 1,
We're just past Boston Bar.
but Jamie Davis is on his way to an accident scene.
There's a wreck here that we're dealing with. It's a tractor trailer that slipped over with produce on it.
The wreck happened last night.
I don't know how they got there.
This thing is just too hooped.
I'm not gonna lift that.
Scott Bird, Jamie's top operator, has just arrived from Hope.
When I got up there, I seen a bunch of concrete barriers knocked out of the way. I see a trailer on its side, and I don't see a truck anywhere. Is it?
Yeah.
And we just have a trailer flipped over. You know, usually the tractor and the trailer stay together.
The semi lost control. Struck the barrier. then broke apart, leaving the trailer on its side and the tractor nowhere to be found.
Well, it was kind of a difficult one for me to piece together.
Interesting.
On Highway 1,
Not paying attention to the road, I'd be guessing.
Jamie and Scott have been called to a wreck where the tractor is missing.
Usually the tractor and the trailer stay together.
Okay.
And I don't see a truck anywhere, is it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
These guys.
It was kind of a difficult one for me to piece together. Kind of a really weird wreck.
Finally, Jamie spots the tractor around the corner, 500 feet from the trailer.
The tractor is sitting upright down the road, facing back the other way.
Jamie also discovers the driver spent the night in his cab.
How the hell did he end up on that side?
After losing control, the tractor snapped off from the trailer and somehow avoided tumbling off the canyon road.
Interesting.
Craziest thing I ever saw.
If the no posts weren't in place there's a good chance that truck would have went down into the ravine.
As highway crews repair the barrier,
Oh, look at that.
Jamie and Scott get ready to tackle the wreck.
Hey, you need a little bit of extra fat on the job?
Yeah,
or-
a little more fat. Yeah. Oh my God.
What we have is a great big Greek salad, tomatoes and cucumber. Greek salad's one of my favorites, but I think after today, it's not gonna be so much.
Over 40,000 pounds of produce will have to be offloaded before the damaged trailer can be flipped.
The structural integrity of the trailer is compromised. Anybody trying to move that trailer with the load in it, it would have been bad.
Jamie calls for another refrigerated truck
We can't lift it because we lift it and the sidewall's gonna break.
and another team to transfer the produce.
If you send a truck and trailer here, I'll have the crew reload it and we'll shrink wrap it and put it back in your trailer. Okay, bye.
With the perishable load at the side of the highway, the race is on to get another trailer and clear the wreck. In the valley,
It's just an equipment and machinery graveyard around here.
Al Quiring's facing the recovery of a lifetime. 2 excavators buried deep in a peat bog. The crew is finishing a log platform so Al's bulldozers can get close enough to tow out the trapped machines.
Just like building Alaska Highway. Punch stick road, dirt over top, gravel, logs, peat bog. About that order.
Front and center for the pull is a piece of iron with a special place in Al's heart. His vintage 1963 D9 cat.
It's the best D9 that they've ever made. Bulletproof.
This particular tractor that I've got, it was kind of a scrap piece of metal. Brought it home, sweet talked that thing, and finally it roared to life, and this made my day.
The makeshift platform is ready for Al to start the recovery.
How's it look? My biggest thing is we can't get a hold of it right now.
The excavator has a tow pin on its undercarriage, but it's buried in the muck.
We got about 15 feet to go to get to that pin.
Yeah, I know.
After a previous failed attempt, a leftover cable still attached to the excavator gives Al something to rig onto.
This cable's hooked up, Al. It's a 100-footer. It's hooked up to a shackle right at the pin.
You go and hook onto something that somebody else has got off their farm. If you can't see it, how can you be 100% confident with it? If something breaks, things go flying.
Last winter, Al had a bad experience with someone else's leftover rigging.
That doesn't sound good. So that's why I don't like using other people's rigging. We'll lean into it a bit and see if we can get it to poke its nose up a bit more.
Today, Al will pull using the old rigging and hope it holds long enough to expose more of the machine.
Hopefully we can nudge it out enough. We could get a big wrap around to get that big on there.
I might be able to pull it just enough.
Yeah, 10-4.
Where do you want to hook it?
Right under that flower.
Tighten them up.
I don't want to pull very hard on this thing. See if it's somebody else's rigging on there. I don't like to do that because it flies. Okay, lighten this thing up.
The excavator's 8 feet farther out of the bog.
Joe!
But Al won't risk pulling on the old rigging any longer.
After that, somebody's got to get in and really hook on that.
We're gonna wrap around it.
And then do the pull.
In the canyon,
The structural integrity of the trailer is compromised.
heavy rescue waits for a crew to move a load of produce out of a damaged trailer.
I'm gonna get the driver. His trucks are right off.
While waiting for another trailer to haul away the goods.
I'll take you home. That's good.
Jamie takes the driver back to town.
It's a whole lot of peppers up there.
With the boss gone, Scott's in charge.
We waited and waited and waited.
What's in those?
A crew finally shows up to start moving the produce.
Yeah, we'll take everything from the back. We'll start here.
Leading the offload team is a familiar face from the past. John Rogers was Jamie's lead driver in Hope last winter.
3, 2, 1. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is how you do a one-truck rollover recovery with a deck.
Yeah, let's just get the rest of the plastic out and then start uprighting everything.
Scott wants all of the groceries stacked and ready on the highway before the trailer arrives.
We'll just leave it where it was. Scott's an idiot. Oh, some days.
But John has a different idea.
In my opinion, it's easier to leave it in the trailer, just do it one time. It's easier that way.
I want to get the stuff standing up. That's what's gonna happen.
I understand what you want to do, but sometimes that's just not legitimately going to work.
I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm gonna run my scene the way that I run my scene, and I'm gonna tell people to do what I want them to do. That's my job here. I want things out of there, over here. I don't care. Jamie's put me there in charge of the job.
But you're not doing the work. We are.
There's a pecking order, and he's below me. Thank God John Rogers is on scene. I'd be lost.
It takes more work to do it the way we're doing it, but it is his wreck, so we'll do it his way.
At 3 p.m., a refrigerated trailer arrives.
Are you loading everything in there?
Everything is going in there.
Thousands of pounds of produce must be loaded before dark, or the cargo could spoil.
Do what you gotta do, get it done, get it out, and that way we don't have any more problems.
In the valley,
We got the two cats beside and then yours down the middle.
Yeah.
Fly right out of there.
Al's in deep on an impossible mission.
It's quagmire. It's nasty.
Trying to pull the first of a pair of 32-ton excavators out of a peat bog.
Silty peat, gross. The more you agitate it, the more you go down it.
After muscling the first excavator just high enough out of the muck,
Right up over the top here.
Top.
Al needs to wrap 2 heavy cables around it. He's brought his youngest son, Lucas, to help with the load.
He's the amazing Lucas.
Look.
He makes heavy things look light
You okay? Can you hold it?
Yeah, I can hold it.
and makes big meals look small.
Right over the side there.
I'm 6'10", 270 pounds. So my dad likes to keep me around.
To hitch the 70,000-pound excavator to the dozers, Al's had a heavy-duty piece of rigging custom-made for this job.
Put the triple hook on her.
A 110-pound piece of solid steel called the triple hook.
It's the new thing that I dreamt up one night.
The triple hook has a separate point of rigging for each bulldozer.
Well, you know what they say about big rigging. It's friggin' heavy.
Sometimes I get good ideas, and then sometimes I get humdingers.
2 dozers rigged to Al's triple hook and a 3rd machine pulling on the undercarriage will try and strong-arm the excavator out of the bog. Combined, the bulldozers weigh more than 250,000 pounds.
Okay, you guys ready? Like 3 big fat elephants, we're gonna lean into it and rip that out of there. Wind her up. Give her some throttle. Use the winch.
Look at these machines. They're standing on their hind heels here.
The excavator is halfway out.
Come on, pull on her.
When it gets hung up on the log platform.
There's logs underneath.
Right in the way. Use the winch. Wind her up.
In BC's Fraser Valley,
Give her some throttle.
Al Quiring and his army of dozers
Come on, pull on her. Stop.
can't free the first of 2 excavators trapped in a bog.
That E07 holding up all the weight now?
Yeah. We're working on such soft ground here, there's nothing underneath it. We're just sitting on basically a raft.
The machine's tracks are caught on the log platform at the edge of the pit.
Dig a bit of that, move this log out.
The operation's on hold until some of the big logs are removed.
1 minute you're getting ahead. The next minute, you wonder why you answered the phone in the first place.
A bit more.
But the quick fix could cause the platform to fail, sending Al's prize D9 into the bog.
You get that thing buried, or you might be saying your goodbyes to it. I'm not ready for that yet.
Let's go straight ahead.
Al rolls the dice and gives the signal.
There she comes.
This time, nothing is in the way.
Let your line out. Take her to town.
The first excavator
Woo!
is out of its muddy grave.
He's jumping with joy that this machine's out.
Maybe we can breathe a little bit easier. That's D9. It's an old sweetheart. Worth every penny. That's for sure.
But the second machine, buried deeper in the bog, may be impossible.
I guess I'm bringing swim trunks tomorrow.
The next one It's gonna take a little bit more preparation and thought.
Come back tomorrow with fresh thinking. Man against machine.
That's it for today.
In the canyon,
Hi, back down the road there, driver. Oh, yeah.
Scott and an offload crew
Oh, we're down to cucumbers.
race to transfer over 40,000 pounds of produce before the load is spoiled. At 7:30 p.m.,
Let's go have a look at the load.
Jamie and his 11-year-old son, James Jr., are back to check on the job.
Come on up here. James Jr. comes out, goes right into the trailer. He wants to show everybody he's the guy and he's gonna outwork everybody.
Jamie and Scott want the freight out fast
James setting the pace for us in here.
so they can recover the trailer and get the lane reopened.
Good job. To watch a youngster grow up in this business, I'm really proud of that.
Keeping James Jr. and the crew safe is lead flagger Robert Muckwa.
I put up the max speed sign, brought the speed down to 60 kilometers.
But the overnight freight runs are coming in hot.
Those trucks are running through there at over 100 kilometers an hour. People were not slowing down.
Right, that V train heading southbound towards Boston Bar. We just came through our accident scene full tilt. I appreciate you wouldn't slow down. Holy small, it's like they're racing.
People don't care about anybody but themselves.
This little general information for the trucking community out there.
If anybody else speeds through this work zone, it will become a single alternating traffic pattern and everybody will be delayed. Thank you.
Give me the word there, boss, and I'll do it.
Next guy speeding through here, it'll be done.
As another semi speeds by,
You want to be goose?
Roberts had enough.
You stay right there. Well, I hope everybody is happy with you. We're going to start stinging the lane, and you stay right down where you are. That's the proper speed.
He made the best decision that was safe for the motors and safe for our crews. He did the right thing.
After more than 6 hours of offloading,
Here, James. Okay, that's it, guys. We're all done. Good job. We're good to go.
the load is on its way.
Hello.
But Jamie gets a call from a longtime customer who's had a breakdown.
All right, thank you. Bye.
I'm looking forward to doing my rollover, and I get sent off to do a tow.
Wah, 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 wah.
Scott drives away with HR 66, the wrecker that was supposed to recover the damaged trailer.
You want to do the recovery? I've been on this job long enough. I want the trailer off the road.
Jamie decides not to wait for Scott and flip the trailer with the only trucks available.
We've got 3 vehicles that we can use. 1.5-ton truck, a 1-ton, and we have the rescue here.
You got snatch blocks?
Yeah, I got a snatch block, yeah.
With Robert and Gord.
Get everything rigged up before we block the highway.
And even a hand from John, Jamie will try to pull off the recovery with an unlikely set of trucks.
So if we all work together, I'll get each guy rigged up and we'll get each truck in place.
Jamie will run lines from the 1-tons and the rescue truck to the highest points on the trailer, hoping it's enough power to pull the wreck back onto its wheels.
You're gonna pull low with your boom down, the snatch block through there and back, okay? It's not something we do every day. I wouldn't want my guys slipping over tractor trailers with 1-tons on their own.
And the recovery will have to be done without Jamie's best operator.
Doing the impossible and doing things that wouldn't seem like you could do them is kind of cool.
Hold on, traffic!
Suck it up. now everybody watch me and I'll tell you how to pull, okay? Take your tension up. Try to work together, all three. Don't overdo yourself. Go ahead. Just everybody do a little bit, You stop. You catch up. Try to work together.
Yeah. Mine's faster than theirs is.
Pull it. Do your thing, buddy. Keep going.
In the Fraser Canyon,
Mine's faster than theirs is.
So you just let them catch up, you give a bit.
Jamie's trying to orchestrate a recovery.
You wouldn't regularly flip over a trailer with small vehicles like this?
Using 3 mismatched tow trucks.
Go ahead, Robert. You guys go ahead. Keep going. You two just keep full tilt. Keep going. Everybody keep going. Keep going. There you go. High five. The end result is really some beautiful recovery. That was amazing, eh? Did you think you could be able to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I could do that, yeah. The right guys, the right gear, and you do a nice job. It's great. Okay, let traffic through.
Scott's on his way back, eager to flip the trailer.
Hey, how's it going? You all done that job?
But Jamie wants to have a little fun with him.
We gotta get this thing out of the way here, so we're waiting for you, buddy.
It's nice to be needed, buddy. It's nice to be needed.
Nice to be needed, eh? He'll get me back somewhere, I'm sure. I'm gonna pay the price for this somewhere. What would we do without you, buddy?
The next morning, falling temperatures have brought a thick frost to the Fraser Valley.
Feels like the same dragging on dream as yesterday.
Al Quiring is back to take on the second stage of a mammoth recovery.
There is no schedule, so we'll make that clear.
Rescue the last of 2 excavators trapped in a peat bog.
There's one thing about that peat. It will sink you.
The 70,000-pound machine has been nearly swallowed up.
It's not just gonna hop out of there on its own.
The crew has been pumping out water for hours to expose the digger.
Right over the side there.
So, like yesterday, as he did on the first excavator,
There it is.
Al can wrap heavy cables around its base and tow it out of the bog.
We were barely able to bust that out of there. There's no such thing as a little bit stuck in the peat bog.
But today, Al might already be sunk.
The second machine is packed into the peat bog, and I'm unable to get the cables around it.
Water is rising faster than can be pumped out.
You're in a swampy situation, water coming from all directions. I want to get the job completed.
Even the big bucket from another excavator is no match for the bog.
Just keep bailing.
The water in the mud, it keeps building up. It's flowing back in as fast as he's trying to take it out.
It's like a vicious circle.
In the valley, Al's in a losing battle with a rising bog.
Boy, did we to get down and keep the water out.
Even with a bucket,
Just keep bailing.
the crew can't bail water out faster than it flows back in.
Made it worse, and then made it worse again.
After 2 hours of bailing,
We're gonna go and dig out the boom mast and see what that looks like.
Al needs a new game plan to rescue the last excavator.
The big problem is we can't get anywhere to hook onto it. It's all submerged completely.
I think we'll grab her right by the turret here, Len. Not my favorite spot to pull, but it's gonna have to do.
You're thinking of hooking the line around the...
Right at the bottom of the mast. I'll put that big grade 10 3/4 chain.
Al will take a chance and yank the excavator out by its giant arm.
The excavator boom itself, which in my opinion is not the best spot to grab it, but it was the only spot to grab it.
It'd be nice if we knew where the front of the tracks were.
Al? That's the tracks right there.
The chain wrapped around the excavator's boom will be rigged to the triple hook and harnessed to Al's 3 bulldozers for the big pull.
Frederick, back here, sweetheart, in. We can assemble that piece.
The custom-built triple hook and its shackles weigh more than 300 pounds.
That piece is engineered for 125-ton capacity. We're good for hooking with 3 D9s and pulling as hard as we can.
But pulling hard on the boom is a big gamble.
So it's gonna be a hard one on this.
What road is closed? Number 7.
18 miles away,
Anybody know what happened on that accident? Hit the truck? No way.
Hey, Dylan.
Mission Towing's Jordy DePerrin has been called out to an accident on Highway 7.
I arrive on scene and the road's closed. They have the highway shut down.
A pickup truck has smashed into a semi hauling animal feed.
His tractor trailer was turning into the driveway. Pickup truck didn't see him and drove straight into him at 100 kilometers an hour.
The driver of the pickup was sent to hospital.
This was inches from his face. It is unbelievable that truck stopped where it did.
And that's where we're at.
Jordy's 1-ton will tow away the pickup.
It's loaded, so.
But he'll need help with the big rig.
The back wheels of the tractor are in the air, so you know this pickup truck is hooked under this trailer pretty good. I'm gonna need a heavy wrecker to lift this trailer off the pickup.
All of Mission's heavy wreckers are out on other jobs.
Today's such a busy day for our big trucks. I brought Gordon from Quiring to come help us. Welcome to the party, Gordon. Yeah, no kidding, man.
Jordy needed it heavy and needed it now.
He's got about 10 ton in it. It's wedged under there. I can't budge it, man. You got to pick it up.
His family and Al's family have worked together for years. They need help, they call us. We need help, we call them.
But lifting the damaged trailer could end in disaster.
We could pick this thing up and the trailer could fold on us, you know, depending how the structure, the frame underneath the tank is.
Highway 7 is closed.
How long do they figure until it's open again? Quite a while.
Jordy and Gord race to clear the wreck.
It's very important to get this highway open.
And get it going as quick as we can.
In the bog.
Don't jump in, whatever you do.
Light is fading. Al's running out of time to rescue a sinking excavator. The base of the 70,000-pound machine is underwater, so Al's only option is to wrap a chain onto its giant arm.
I was unable to get the cables around it, so the only thing left was to hook onto the top.
Right here. It'll come out. As long as the chain don't break.
But as Al rigs the heavy cables to his dozers, he feels a sudden sharp pain.
That's ugly.
Well, I cut a big vein in my thumb. Of course, when the adrenaline's going.
That's real oil.
My dad, he's tough as nails.
I'll just put it back in my glove.
He manned up, put his glove back on, and got right back to work.
Down to the wire, Al fires up his D9s.
And that's when the cats come in concerto and start pulling.
For one final pull before dark.
Come on, pull on her.
Turning fresh air into a diesel smell. It's like cool.
Al Quiring's in the trenches.
Come on, pull on her.
Fighting the forces of Mother Nature in one final assault.
You're all right, come on.
It looked like at first the machine was gonna lay on its side and come right out. But it just came in and bound itself up. And then pow!
Al's heavy-duty chain was no match for the bog.
Chain.
Want a shovel, Dad?
We're gonna need an excavator.
That's a big chain. Snapped like it was a tin can. It's amazing. Definitely a hindrance.
The second excavator.
We might not get it out today.
No, we're not getting it out today.
Will have to spend another night in the grip of the peat bog. And Al will have to wait another day to conquer his toughest job yet.
Kind of disgusted and disappointed that it didn't come out.
We found the weakest link.
Battered, bruised, and even bloody, Al's not giving up.
We'll just get some bigger and put on there.
As I've gone down this trail of heavy recovery, each job brings its own challenges.
So that's that today.
Come back tomorrow with fresh thinking. I'm hopeful.
I've had that chain a long time. I gotta go home and cry.
Can you get through that accident or they got the road closed?
On Highway 7.
Yeah, it's closed.
Okay, how are we looking here?
Gord and Jordy work together to get a feed truck and a pickup off the road.
Helping out my buddy Jordy, because that's the way we do things. Isn't that right, Jordy?
That's right.
Gord will use his heavy wrecker to lift the loaded trailer off the pickup.
It's a fully loaded 3-axle trailer, so it's probably, with the weight of the trailer, probably 70,000 pounds. We're going to use the 50-ton capacity of this wrecker to do what it was designed for. I'm going to lift this up so Jordy can pull that pickup out from under it.
Gord uses 2 winch lines to hold the heavy trailer steady as he lifts.
Worst case scenario, you get it up in the air and one of the cables snaps. Now you've got it only being held by one side and it will roll. Let's take up some slack.
I'm gonna winch on this one.
As Gord lifts, Jordy must work in sync.
Hang on.
To winch the pickup out from under the load.
Hold on.
There it goes.
Okay, carry on. Okay, you are clear.
It went absolutely perfectly.
That was easy.
Beautiful. Thanks, Gord.
No problem.
Thank you.
The door pillar, you can see how close that came to his head.
Is he ever lucky if he's alive?
To me, it's a good accident because he is okay.
Get this highway open.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get out of the way.
Working with Gord is very easy. I get where he's coming from, he gets where I'm coming from. The truck can move into the farm, and I can load the pickup truck and get off the highway.
This road's open.
The thing I like about Jordy is that, much like Al, he's had the benefit of his father's experience and his grandfather's experience, and you can't buy that kind of experience.
I don't give up. Step back and rethink is another story.
He does not accept defeat on any job. There's no such thing as can't be done when it comes to Quiring.
Broken everything.
There's always a question in the back of your mind. If you're gonna take the job on, are you gonna be able to see it through?
Heartache road. There ain't nothing but misery and agony down there.
Next time on Highway Thru Hell.
We're gonna roll some coal.
Al's back in the bog.
We're gonna rip this tractor out of here.
For the final battle.
You guys ready? It's just a machinery graveyard.
A rock slide.
It's a very big problem, extremely difficult.
Has Jordy fighting a train wreck.
We get everybody clear?
And tough times
I'm facing some tough choices.
have fallen at a crossroads.
Hey, Jamie around?